Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome back to another gaming channel. I'm AJ Gels. Guys, how's it going? We are back with Pyre. I think last video we said that we were going to take on the Bog Witches team. I can't fully remember. I spent yesterday almost as sick as a dog. Good thing I had some stuff on backlog. If it's not obvious, my voice is kind of not 100% right now. I'm getting better. I still have some problems with my upper respiratory, but I'll power through with you guys. So that's just a warning if some of the voices aren't, kind of what we're used to. You know, my wonderful voice. I really love this. This makes me smile. And if we... What was that? You overhear Sir Deluge in a full-on panic as his worm knights attempt to calm him down. What do you mean? It was the Nightwings? We are not to face them and are coming right again, are we? At some point he realizes your wagon is aloft beside his. You Nightwings, this night shall not forgive you this transgression. Once we prevail against whichever adversaries are doomed to face us next, then we shall come for you. Why must this knight be forced to fly so far above the land and sea? Just whacking into him. Made me smile. The Hulk of Warriors is it has drifted upon the sea for longer than one might expect. Perhaps you have already read of the doomed ship's demise in the embrace of the unfathomed Pyre, the sea titan once slain by the scribe under King Orys. His blood lies dormant in the sea. Tales of her monstrosity long spread across this world, the Book of Rites. Some say it was the sea itself which preserves the ship's remains. Hidden properties within the water, sea creatures binding together ruined planks of wood. Those such as yourself and the withdrawn know another truth, I gather. The stars would not align over the wreckage if it did not have greater significance than first appears. May you have a good fortune there during the coming rite. I feel like I had something I wanted to say. Let's see here. Tizo wants to fish. Druki thinks this should be the quicker route, leaving you with time for vocations. You know, I haven't used Shay in a while, and I could use her getting some enlightenment. Let's go and get Shay a buff. You touch down at the Sea of Solace, where you first encountered Sir Gilman and the Pyre Hearts. You soon shall carry on by sea, though now you have some time to spare. Oh, Beyond Crystal seeks Tizo. We also have a new page. Beyond the shallow, sickly gulf, our voyage grew increasingly forbidden and much harder to explain. How could a sea exist here at the bottom of the world? We could not deduce whence sprang the carcasses of the ancient sailing ships we found throughout the Sea of Solace, though the warnings that they signified we duly noted. It was here we first met Orys, called the Underking, who brazenly assaulted our small skiff, for we had trespassed in his waters. But then the Underking relented, for his witness Saliam Moore in all his doom and glory. Soon he would side with us. Then, with the Underking, we sailed forth into tempests beyond reasoning or measure. Alright, oh, this is glowing. Nope, okay. You bring me brief reprieve from solitude. What do you seek? Let's ask what's on our mind. You know, my lovely reader, I must admit that I did not expect your little followers to be quite so receptive to instruction as thus far they have proved. I know not whether they owe it all to you, or have somewhat more to them than I was first inclined to think. In any case, however, I am pleased that they are not entirely disgraceful. I like to keep my expectations well in check, seeing as I have been thus expelled until the end of time, though it is pleasant when those expectations are exceeded every now and then. Although, I cannot quite recall when last that was. But the best part of all this are the brief times in which you visit me in my domain. I know you cannot for long. This damned crystal in which I am enthralled shall see to that. Though, as you perhaps surmised, whenever it decides that one of your little friends is worthwhile enough, why, I can offer them a trial, and likewise, I can offer you a chat. Sometimes I think you achieve those trials of mine. Perhaps it does something to trim the length of my eternal banishment. Eternity being what it is, however, perhaps not. Still, if the trophies of those blasted scribes are worth something to you, then all you need is but to brave my trials, and they can be yours, and perhaps there's good in it for me as well. Then something changes in her, and she changes the subject. I've likely said too much. I am not to influence you in your use of the Beyonder Crystal. It is not there to be tampered with by anyone, including me. Forget what I said. And it's a request of her scribe trial. Of course, reader, you need but think on who shall be the subject of my trial, and we shall go from there. Our good buddy Tizo. You asked Sandra to administer one of her special trials to Tizo. I dare think I remember something of that imp. He certainly stood out from all his ilk, although that really is not saying much. Well, let us bring him forth. Tizo soon appears in heed of the summons. Tizo seems to be prepared for whatever lies ahead. The apparition Sanda appears and unfastens her mask. Listen well, imp. You answered to me here. Tizo indicates his understanding and is prepared to begin Sandra's trial. You know the formalities, of course. Show me, then, what you have learned thus far about the rites here in this trial. It shall be just you, my Beyonders, and your lovely reader. Let us see now how you fare. Alright, so they're all like Shay, so that means they're... Damn it. That means they all have that charge ability. God! Yeah, I gotta use speed. I can't use that implosion ability because it's just gonna put me out too long. Come on. Haha. Okay. Alright, that still puts him at a disadvantage. Run away, let me. Touchdown! Nightwings. Tizo is excited to have completed Sandra's challenge and awaits her approval. A worthwhile effort, imp. Your performance was sufficient, and you passed my test. Your predecessor may well have approved. Thus, congratulations are in order to you and to your lovely reader. Now, farewell. Let's see here. Tiso is happy to be back and wonders what it is, Sandra. What words? You take a closer look at the new artifact in your possession. You received Haub's wings for completing Tiso's trial. Let's see what that does. Tiso's flutterings. Ooh, definitely gonna take that. You and Shay wander together for a while through the immeasurable depths of Under King Pass. Sometimes in circles. What exactly she is looking for, she cannot explain. Eventually, however, she happens on something that never caught your notice. Look at this, mister. The scribes, they walked this very path. I think they did, and left this here for us. The object she procures does seem to emanate with some sort of faint and ancient power. You received wisdom trace. You sense something from it. Grants an exile 1,000 enlightenment. Alright, that's pretty useful. Alright, let's see who could use it. If I could siege Dariel's. Nah, Ryuki's got plenty. I think the one lowest is Pamitha. You find Jadariel seemingly deep in thought. You consider whether even to bother her. Your presence is not unwelcome, reader. Remain a moment, please. She stares at you for some time. Today marks the beginning of my 16th year in exile. You look back at her and remain silent. You sense that all she wants from you right now is for you to listen. I have kept counts, put notches in this breastplate of mine for each passing day. Notice how much of it is frayed. 16 years, reader. The orphans whom I fostered would be long since fully grown. Some of them are likely gone. Many of them spoke of how long they longed to one day serve with me on the blood border. Sometimes I can't help but wonder, if I were still captain, if I still were captain, could I have protected them? Could I have made a difference? I think not. The Commonwealth and the High Wing remnants, they fought eternally. Those such as I have come and gone throughout the age. I catch myself feeling pity for my years, but then, had I remained there on the blood border, it is unlikely I would have lived to see this day. She looks at you again. Do you know why they cast me down? I was a decorated captain. They said I was the best. She closes her eyes a moment before she continues. One day, it was a standard patrol, but I ran across a pack of harp fledglings, fully armed and preparing for a strike, but all on their own. They were nothing for my regiment. We ensnared them all and took them in. Considerable prize. They were not yet conditioned and could be made to talk. When the order came down that they were to be executed, I could not bring myself. The Commonwealth, priding itself on mercy, committing such acts, through one such as me, it was unconscionable. So I thought then, at least in my younger years, I let the damned birds go. Made no claims as to the contrary and turned myself in. I was cast down the following week, 16 years ago. Thus my enemies had the last laugh in that exchange. If I were faced with the same choice again today, I do not know for certain that I would have chosen just the same. Now then, I shall go mark this occasion as I have always done. Be well, reader. She heads out of the wagon, alone. Alright. Capriest. She was born on the 23rd of the 12th moon, suggesting she is ambitious and also discontented. Let's see here. Crime, insubordination. She disobeyed a direct order to execute enemy combatants of the High Wing remnants. Sorry. Let's see here. Motive. Insurrection. The records state she showed flagrant disrespect for the proper chain of command, and 16 years. Let us continue our journey. Here in the steady currents of the Sea of Solus, you encounter a messenger imp come to deliver news and rumors from the other side. The news this time pertains to Hedwyn, whom you liberated at the fall of Salim. You learned Hedwyn returned safely to the Commonwealth, where he was clothed and welcomed, his past transgressions all forgiven. He was to be groomed for a leadership position of his choice, whether on the council or the blood border, each equally as lucrative and secretive as well. However, he refused, and before the stunned council members could do anything about it, he left them. He's since made contact with Volfred's agents and is working together with them, thus the ranks of the revolution grow stronger. Per the messenger imp custom, the last part of the message was transcribed from Hedwyn word for word and says, "Keep going. I'll see you here." You thank the messenger imp for relaying the information. Soon your companions are all abuzz about it. I always thought Hedwyn was looking for someone. Out there, back home? Do you think he found her? Wonder if he'll ever find the one he fell for. A glorious example Hedwyn sets for all of us. He did it. Yeah, that's how it's done, Hedwyn. Right behind you, chum. Tizo is happy to hear Hedwyn is well back in the Commonwealth. The news of Hedwyn's liberation fills you and your exiles with newfound resolve. +1 hope. Man. I promise, I do apologize for all the coughing. This game takes a strain on my voice normally. No, okay, I don't think it's on this one. I think it's Hulkavories. The Desrabin was first of many river ships to vanish in the downside, although presumptions of its loss were not inaccurate. The doomed ship and her valiant crew had charted half the Sea of Solus ere to end of the brave voyage. The sea titan, unfathomed Plurnus, was not found of any vessel sullying her seas, and split the doomed ship with a single swipe. The ship's own shattered prow would later end the Sea Titan's cruel reign, as the boastful Underking loves to recount. The stars themselves must have been moved by this. That point within the sea, now scarred, has the stars dancing in homage every now and again. I feel like there was something else. No, demon, mercy shown, scribes deeds. I don't know if I've read this one. Well, I wish to be remembered, not for boastfulness, thus I refrain from detailing our exploits across the land, save to say that they were numerous. Know that only through our combined strength of arms and wit did we withstand the savage land, such were the monstrous dangers that it posted. I came to see that all the terrors which I heard at bedside in my youth were based entirely in fact. So great they were, they blotted out the sky. Such was the evil that we vanquished, the remnants of it yet shine under the stars, and in the end, it was the stars which guided us towards our truest calling. Yeah, okay, I read that one too. I think I read them all. And as always, let's check out the slug market before we go. Oh, hey guys, what brings you here again? Let me guess, the finest deals in all the downside. That's what, am I right? What's this? Burning Promise. After dousing an adversary's pyre, the bearer earns a reward. Ooh. It'd be really useful if I didn't already have, like, really good, really good stuff already. Thanks, guys. Good luck in that thing you're going to tonight. And let's upgrade somebody's. I'm kind of waiting for just like a +1, just so I can get that Tailwind Crest up to that level 20. Hers is up to 20. I think I'm going to give it to Tizo. Let's commence the rite. Though the now familiar surroundings of the Hulk of Oris made preparations faster than before, the stars are already aflame by the time you and the others are gathered. The right against the Withdrawn is commencing soon. Please be ready, sir. Tizo is feeling more than ready to take on the Withdrawn. You wish them all good fortune in turn. Little else is said, and together you watch the celestial harmony in calm and silence and await the Withdrawn.
Look forth, you exiles of the night winds. The 8 scribes summon you to the Hulk of Oris. Your adversaries in the coming right shall be the Withdrawn. Reduce their pyre to a smolder and step closer to freedom. Now prepare yourselves.
Alright, so we're kind of going at this angle. Unmilde, previous time ye snuffed our pyre's flames, prevailed this time. Offer ye slack no matter the result, and no matter the cost. Your adversaries are prepared, reader. Who shall conduct the rites on your behalf? Let's see here. 2 imps.
Who shall conduct this rite?
Alright. Alright, Unmilde. At the start of the right, the adversary's oh, jeez, that's immediately puts us at a armrest, arcs, and a wide angle banishing. Okay, hexed feet. All right, so we really need to watch out for her. Piab and Yaul. Piab, safe return. Has elusive nature, moves much faster, and his implode ability can, hits a wider area. He does an extra 4 damage, and so does Yaul, and he has the same skills. Okay. Alright, so who do we want? I'm definitely going Tizo.
Tizo.
You know what? I'm going to full on. I think I'm gonna go on. I'm gonna go full on just a speed run. Oh, I do want, like I said, I do want to use Shay though. But I do think I'm gonna want some. I'm gonna want some speed in this one. We got this, people. Hear us, ye slack, bring to us thy terrible power.
Begin. There goes Tizo. A favorable start. Righteous fire. Your adversary's pyre now falls short of yours. A stroke of luck is all. A blow against the adversary's pyre. Good. Quite foul for the Night Wings. I thought they had you there. Oh. All of the Night Wings banished.
Come on, come on, come on. Nope.
No law against throwing in the orb.
Crap.
Oh. The orb quenches the flame.
I like his face. Even now the ash of our pyre mingle with his lifeblood. Prevail or no, ye shall not interfere with his return.
All of the withdrawn, gone. Glory. And poor Rookie. The fire of resolve.
Alright, just gotta hit him one more time.
Once more like that, and we are finished here. And it is done. The Nightwings prevail yet again. They brushed aside their adversaries without too much trouble. The right is done.
Ye slack sabers defeat thine. Ours he cares not, ye shall see.
There is much to learn from this experience.
Right. You know, with all this rights business, there's been this one real fancy move that I've been mulling over for a while. And I think I just finally got how I could pull it off. Means we can get guiding light after plunging into the adversary's pyre. Rookie soon returns rather than remaining banished. Oh, definitely want that. We gotta get Shay into the next right.
Until the next right.
Back at the wagon, after prevailing over the withdrawn in a pitched battle, you are able to recover for a time, though you have another task this night. Time again to seek out where the right shall take you next by searching for the answer in the waning starlight. The stars yet shine for you, revealing various paths forward. You gaze into the darkness of the night. Seek now your destination. Haub, Milete, and Lou the Vernal Star. Alright. Let's check out the planner. Alright. Alright, so the Fate are still in second with 37 favor. And 36 with the Chastity. Essence in 34. Okay, so the Withdrawn, the Accusers, and the Dissonance, they're all really low right now. And so the Tempers. Alright. Because I feel like I have I'll have a fairly easy time making it through if we take on the Fate and Delbert Oldheart. So if we can get a match against Chastity, that's who we're gonna look to go toe to toe with. Lou the Vernal Star. The Vernal Star burns bright. Glade of Lou. And it's Lendl Liar. Face off against the Accusers. Go against the Pyre Hearts or Dalbert. Let's see here. Oh, they're also fairly high. Yeah, but the Accuser, both of them both have a 3-6 record, so I'm debating. Either Lou. I'll go after Lou because I think it would be easier to play in the Glade, or go to the Glade, Lou the Vernal Star, just because I think going against the Accusers in the Glade, there we go, would be the easiest fight. Because strategically, they're both, around the same place. It won't really affect anything. So we soon shall square against Lendl the liar and the accusers. Him I know all too well. Perhaps you noticed that he doesn't like us very much. He then tells you what he knows of your next adversary. Lendl the liar, the first adversary you confronted in the rights not long after you took your first steps on the path to freedom. A former constable of the Commonwealth, he gained a reputation for a strict and brutal manner. By any means, he always caught the crook. Once he arrested a civilian who hated him on suspicion of theft of Commonwealth artifacts that had gone missing. Lendl discovered the artifacts himself in the civilian's home. The suspect soon was exiled. Still, he denied the charges. Even as they cast him downriver, the case was investigated further, though too late. Suspicions turned to Lendl. It turned out he planted the damning evidence himself, so he was exiled in turn. In the downside, he soon became acquainted with the rights, having heard of all this from several people in high places. He asserted himself as the de facto leader as the accusers. They bent to his aggressive nature and prevailed many times under his watch. Yet each time his chance at liberty arose, the Nightwings either defeated him or simply did not show. He wishes more than anything to outdo the Nightwings, perhaps even more so than to be free again. Let us give him another opportunity. For now, have a good night, my boy. You bid Volfred a good evening, and dawn you shall take flight again. Let's see here. Book of Rights. Let's see here. The Withdrawn did spawn forth from the Wild Witch Melite, in which vigilant pursuit of the unknown and the unknowable, I always felt a certain kinship. Whether the Withdrawn were Melite's kin by blood or merely worshippers, we trusted one another not to ask or care. What mattered was that Melite chose the most audacious minds who stopped at nothing short of the impossible. Though ever distant, the Withdrawn revealed to us such truths about the land, which long lay hidden, and to one such as I. Their knowledge ever waking into newfound depths in consciousness, they lead us all to better know ourselves. Let's talk to Gilman. You find Sir Gilman searching intently for something or other. His eyes is shut tight, his brow furrowed in deep concentration. He acknowledges your presence in the most minimal way possible and continues scanning the environment. You shall have to forgive this night's impertinence to you, Master Reader, for he is on the hunt at this time. Using his acute sense of hearing, which is much more acute whilst underwater, but shall have to suffice in this case, he shall track down a most elusive character. A character who is eluded this night time and time again, and from whom this night seeks to learn still superior evasive strategies applicable when next he may conduct the rites. Hold! Is that... You have no idea whom he is referring to when, stick it up, worm, you're caught out. Could have wrung your neck just now, you know. This knight has failed again. Alas, Master Rookie, once more you have outwitted this poor knight and maneuvered him. Please, you must reveal the secret to your speed and cunning. Take it easy, chum. You're not half bad yourself. Besides, I was getting pretty sick of running circles around all these slowpokes before you showed up while we were out at sea. Do you truly mean that, Master Rookie? But no. It cannot be, for this knight has nary seen anyone as deft and fleet of foot as you. Certainly it must be advantageous to possess 4 feet, whilst this knight has but 1. Technically is 0, but whatever. If so it may be called, and yet we all are born with necessary means, and we must all make do. Look, chum, you gotta stop being so hard on yourself already. You ever thought maybe you ought to give yourself a break once in a while? Never! This knight deserves no break, not while there's honor to be gained. He is merely a worm, one of roughly 8 billion of his kind. Thus he must strive to be remarkable, and to exceed in the expected of him. Guess what, chum? You went and did that already. I thought all you Sea Dominion types were just a bunch of meatheads who didn't care for nothing but a fight. But you've been downright decent, even made me break a sweat a couple times out there when I thought maybe we got somebody quicker on his foot than me. Point I'm trying to make is, it's been good having you with us. I always say it's worth having someone quick around, keep you on your toes. For a moment you wonder if Sir Gilman is about to weep. Sensing the same, Dookie immediately changes the subject. Now come on, you want to go another round or what? There's some good hiding spots outside where I can show you how we curs get the drop on unwary passers-by in a very honorable way. This knight would be most honored, Master Ruki. As the two of them head off to further train together, you catch notice of the Book of Rites there in the wagon. The rites, which so stress and trust the reliance on one's fellow exiles. The 8 scribes likely did not envision Sir Gilman and Dookie in particular as conductors of their sacred tradition, yet perhaps theirs is a sort of kinship which they had in mind. Alright, you know what? Yeah, screw it. I'll do another long one like I did the last one. Let's take off. Sisters, we are under attack! Hold! No, we are merely being mocked by none other than the Nightwings. Mock us all you wish, then wastrels of the Commonwealth. The sight of you in that utterly outlandish wagon, your mere existence is an affront to the act of flight. Would that my sisters and I could soar tireless and free as once we did, but nay, we must resort to such ignoble means of travel such as you. Now stay away from us, lest our vengeance should extend beyond your commonwealth and become more personal in nature. I like running into these guys. It's pretty funny. Alright, let's see here. Cinder routes. Tizo suggests this route might be faster, leaving you with time for your vocations. Pamela suspects you might find something of value. I think some time for our vocations would be really useful. Beyond her crystal seeks Pamela. My lovely reader comes to me again. To what do I owe this pleasure? It's on her mind. Leave me alone, reader. I'm in no mood to talk with you at this time. She's concerned about something, but you cannot sense what, and she refuses to say. I see little need to keep on blathering about to you as once I did. I should not have let you in. Begone, my services are yours, but this place is my own. Alright. Let's request a scribe trial. Oh, good. Just as I was beginning to feel more bored even than usual. Well, all we can do is summon Pamitha. You asked Sandra to administer one of her special trials for Pamitha. Oh, you mean the feisty harpy. She may yet be taught some manners. I should think I shall attempt to bring her down to size. Let us bring her forth. Soon Pamitha arrives in heat of the summons. You called for me, reader, darling. Ah, it's that crystal. Then let's hash it out. I'm ready. The apparition Sanda appears and unfastens her mask. Listen well, Harp. You answer to me here. Oh, a bossy one. Sure then, go on and tell me more. Such a delightful student for a change. Come then, let us see what you can do. Left to your own devices, safe for your reader's vigilance, of course. Let's show her what she wants to see then, reader darling. So, a nomad and an outcast. I can never remember what the difference between Shay and Hedwyn was. I know one is a nomad and the other is a outcast or something like that. Crap. There. Now is everyone happy? Oh, happy as can be, my doubtless pretty harpy. So good of you to ask. On top of that, your performance was sufficient and you passed my test. You have my congratulations both to you and to your lovely reader. Now, be gone from here, before I have any second thoughts. My, that Sandra sure could use a massage or something. So angry, isn't she? So what's that you have there, darling? Priestess Plume. Let's see here. This is... While flying, Panther shall not be banished by dousing the adversary. Ooh. Definitely want that. Let's pass the time. A foreboding feeling stuck with you since your arrival in the razor brambles of Cinderroot. Some of it spreads to the others in the group. Tizo does not like being here right now. Wasn't that his idea? Being stuck out here like this sure isn't doing me any favors. You decide to focus on pursuing your vocations until the Black Wagon is ready to move on. Let's see here. Oh, let's go talk to somebody. Ah, Tizo. You observe Tizo rummaging about the Black Wagon as though in search of something. He notices you there and rushes up to greet you. Tizo is glad that you are here. He was just reminiscing about old times. But just as quickly he resumes his search. Tizo is looking for something a former exile the Nightwings once gave him. He is growing frustrated that the object he seeks is nowhere to be found. You almost do not notice the lone minstrel's approach. I am afraid that is gone, Tizo. I am very sorry. Reader, it is nothing that ought to be cause for much concern, merely that Tizo has misplaced something of sentimental value to him. It was just a spare bandage he indicates, exactly like the one on his horn. Tizo here has had many adventures with the Nightwings. Is that not so, Tizo? He squawks in approval. Those memories shall always stay with you. Is that not what matters most of all? He confirms this as well. Then please, do not worry yourself about it anymore. It is a symbol of a distant past besides. Tizo sulks away up into the rafters. The lone minstrel watches his go. The object that he seeks does not exist, reader. Tizo searches for it from a fleeting memory of his days with the Nightwings of the past. He performed the regular duties of other drive imps at first, but soon distinguished himself. I was none too surprised. He was clearly special. He had grown close with the other members of the Nightwings when misfortune fell, and the triumvirate fell apart. Perhaps Wolfred has revealed to you more of the details. As for Tizo, I feel he must make peace with the shadows of his past somehow. Perhaps then he shall cease searching. You need not worry for him, of course. He is resilient and shall always serve the Nightwings well. You might say that he was born for it. Begging your pardon, reader. The lone minstrel excuses himself in his polite way, leaving you to consider what he said. Ooh, update on our little buddy. Alright, he was born on the 13th of 5th moon, suggesting he is steady and collected. He was born in the downside and not yet had a chance to break Commonwealth law. Through guiltless, though guiltless, he indicates he would commit the foulest crime again against Commonwealth cuisine. Tizo was born in the downside, though perhaps longs to live someplace else. So how do we gain Tizo's freedom if he was... whatever. That's mentor or companion. And I want to make sure... Mentor Jadariel. Very well, for there's much to learn. Your knowledge of the book is vital to us all. You and Jadariel go over her understandings of her aura and its connection to her presence, both physical and spiritual. The discussion proves informative. It seems our past experience becomes plainly visible when our auras are revealed. Alright. Let's continue our journey. Glade of Lou, and let's duke it out with the accusers. En route to the Glade of Lou, the wagon comes to a sudden halt. That does it! I am leaving! The cause of Jadariel's outburst soon becomes apparent. Well, reader darling, at least some of us know how to take a joke, wouldn't you say? Look, she was reminiscing once about her soldier days, and I just happened to point out, I may have suggested the fiery destruction of the Spiral Sanctum happened on her former unit's watch. I mean, didn't it? Not that she would have made much of a difference had she been there herself. She ought to thank the saints that she was spared by her exile here. Okay. I thought she held no love for your commonwealth. I shall never understand what it is your people ever saw in that dreadful place. But I guess I hit a sore spot. I should probably apologize. She swoops off. There is no sign to either one of them. You organize a small search. It proves fruitless, but then Jadario returns alone as if nothing happened. She is back to her calm self. Let us continue. I regret the interruption. Pamitha soon comes back as well. Oh, don't you worry, darling. I've definitely patched things up between us. Honest. At least, I think perhaps I didn't make things worse. She returns to her business in the wagon. You make ready to resume your travels, but make a note to follow up with them. Freedom Pack in the Glade of Lu. Alright, we rid the land of an impending doom, but faced another of its kind, for we know that we were trapped. Yet for each danger which we faced, for every failed ambush by Arch, we met the gentle souls and kindred spirits in the downside. We deserved more than to fade from memory within this land. It was then the stars themselves showed us the way, delineating a great voyage across the sea. Near broken we became, but then at last a moonlit vision that of the rights, thus shall they say of us, the 8 scribes gave their freedom, so that we may yet have ours. And the Glade of Lu. Never have I witnessed an affront to nature, mine and everyone's, quite like the poisoned woods of limbless Arizek, the root titan, in his suffocating influence. I shall leave it to the boastful underking to tell you more of Arizek's vanquishing, whilst I may tell you something of the glade that he protected, which became my own, for my own genealogy now occupies the soil there and strives furthermore to prevent Arizek from taking root again. The brambles of the glade are constantly encroaching on themselves, then falling once again to dust. This miraculous cycle reflected in the starlight piercing through the canopy needs to be witnessed whenever the star invites an audience. Alright, you find Pamitha in the midst of a heated conversation. All I'm saying is, we're limiting not only our own chances individually, but all your friends' chances as well. Jadariel seems to be considering whatever it is that Pamitha proposed. Reader, the heart peers suggesting that perhaps it would be best if I were to form an alliance with the ones whom I fought for the better part of my life. Just with me, Jadariel. I cannot vouch for anybody else. How utterly absurd. If we were in the Commonwealth, I would not have stayed my hand against her. That I can say that for certain. However, as Hedwin would say, what happened back there, perhaps none of that matters anymore. And what matters more is what we do from here. That is to say, I'm willing to give it a shot. You mean you would be willing to conduct the rites with me? Yes. Excellent. I knew that you would come around, though thought you'd never come around, but I had to give her the benefit of the doubt here. I'm grateful for your open-mindedness. No need to let old enmities between our ancestors ruin things between us or the others in our little party. For that matter, after all, do not push it with me, Harp. We shall see if the reader here is thus inclined to pair us in the coming rites. I am willing to defer to him. Anyway, you see, I think I managed to make amends there. Doubtless we'll get on swimmingly in no time. Pamitha and Jadariel are now willing to conduct the rites together. Hope for the best. Speaking of which, I guess I'll use them both in this upcoming one. Oh, hey guys, look, I got something here I think, words. He shows you several bottles of multicolored liquid, some sort of sun serum, star serum, and moon serum. Yeah, they taste pretty good, I guess. And besides, they can give you just the little lift you need. Know what I mean? You get thirsty for them? Don't even worry. I can get more. So he basically is giving us steroids. +4 presence, +4 quickness, +4 hope. Okay. In all honesty, I don't need anything else. You guys take care, okay? And thanks for doing business. Let's commence the rite. Here amongst the razor brambles of the Glade of Lu, you await for the signal of the stars. There is no sign yet of your expected adversaries, the accusers. Then the little imp Tizo flutters up to you. Tizo cautions you that he has some history with the next adversary, Lendl. Tizo seems to be indicating that Lendl has a personal vendetta against him. But before he can explain anything further, the stars begin to call to you. Something else catches your eyes in the sky. Strange new stars shimmering about the ones you recognize. The greater titans have returned. Some of them merely in spirit, not in form, but those dark stars are portentous signs. Though they may light your way, beware the path which they illuminate, reader. Henceforth you may invite the influence of the titan stars. Look upon them without fear.
Behold, the titan
Alright,
stars.
Indriga the Widow. At the start of the rite, your pyre shall automatically suffer -30. Call upon the titan stars to rank up faster and interact with titans. Okay. Star of the Blood Titan, once vanquished by Under King Horus and Sea Dominion. Limbless Arizek, your adversaries each shall have +8 hope, making them return sooner after banishment. Call upon the Titan Star to rank up faster. Your adversary shall be more cunning and much quicker to react. Islak, the Star of the Star Titan. Star of the Star Titan, once sealed away by the scribe Molten Milite. The Root Titan Scribe Blue. I don't want to take the I feel like I could deal with the damage.
Indriga the Widow.
I can deal with that.
Islak.
I'll take Islak. I think that's about the only one that I can really deal with. At current level, I don't wanna risk a loss to somebody that I think I should be able to take down. Or I guess it's not necessarily that. It's I don't want to kind of risk a whole bunch of new stuff at once and kind of screw myself up.
Burning remnants of monstrosities felled by the scribes themselves. Dare you to stand against them in their fury? Dark is the knowledge that you seek there, reader. Best focus on your adversaries, keen as they are to confront you once again. Put out their pyre first, and show them the glory of the Night Wings. Now then, make ready for the rite!
Your companions are assembled and ready for the rites to commence. However, there is still no sign of your adversaries, the accusers. Little Tizo screeches something, cautioning you all to stay alert. But then someone leaps forth from the shadows. He grabs at his mask. Aha! Caught out, you miserable beast! I knew it! After all this time, I knew that you were still among their ranks! Tizo is angry to have stumbled into an apparent trap laid for him by Lendl. Silence, fiend! You robbed me of my freedom, my dignity. Your evil shall be ended here and now, and you, Nightwing, shall not deny me thus again. Come then, my accusers, for we face again none other than the spawn of the cursed imp, Howl the Swallow. Let us show him now that he is a disgrace. Tizo whistles something angry back at him, whatever transpired between him and Lendl. In the past, Lendl evidently has not let it go. Ooh, jeez. Really leveled up Ash and Cole.
Freedom. Join Jodariel.
Oh crap, not what I wanted to do exactly, but actually I was going to use her anyways. Let's see here, what's he got? Lendl and his allies regenerate stamina twice as quickly as usual. Yeah, plus... Alright, so they're all nomads, so not I have to worry too much about that. This gains plus 50 stamina, letting her jump and sprint more often. Travels quicker. Adversary's barrier deals bonus plus 6.4. Okay. I still think I can take him down pretty easily.
Go on. Shay.
Bring out Shay. And we'll bring out Panther.
It is done.
Don't even worry about that one there, Tizo. We'll shut him up real soon. Nightwings, the wicked fiend you serve is an affront. He denied my rightful freedom in my moment of triumph. I shall never forgive him or any of you.
Now begin. Suck
Crap.
chaos.
Ah, just short.
Banishment. The Nightwings thus assert themselves. Tis taken. Orders.
Crap.
A banishment. Alas. Oh. Wherever did the Nightwings go? That ought to wake you up. The orb, take it. Shoot. The orb is loose. Banished, all of them. Woe is you. Sabotoras. Poor Jodariel. Yes! Jodariel doused the adversary's flames. Let's see you Nightwings keep this up. Pathetic.
Come come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Nope, not enough time.
There it is. Now that is how you snuff a flame.
Just one more hit. No, not again. I cannot lose to you again. This cannot be happening to me.
There. Your flames.
Damn it, I hate that jump of theirs. This one's pretty much coming down to next shot wins.
Oh.
Damn it!
The accusers prevail. I thought for certain they would not. Perhaps your fortune shall be better next time.
You and the Nightwings may have experienced your first defeat, but this is not the end. Rather, this is an opportunity for you and your fellow exiles to press onward. Jadario, for example, learned a valuable lesson this night. So too was Shay, not in spite of the setback with the accusers, but because of it. And Pamitha is no exception. She has gained more insight here as well. Your fellow exiles all shall gain enlightenment and learn and grow from what has transpired. And your story shall continue. The choice of whether to accept such outcomes, now and all throughout your quest, is to be yours alone. Tizo is disappointed that Lendl prevailed in the right and wants to hurry away from him now. Take that, you abominable little beast. Now where did he go? Where did he go, that infernal imp, a monster in disguise, a fiend, come forth to torment me until the day I die? Lendl storms off in fury. Tizo reappears once the coast is clear, looking rather dejected. What Lendl said before, if Tizo truly is a descendant of Howb the Swallow, then he has quite the legacy to live up to.
The right do tend to teach something of trust.
It happens, everyone. Utter nonsense, all of this. That we have come this far, fortune alone cannot be the cause. Jadario can banish adversaries by flinging the orb into them. Oh, definitely, that's a cool skill.
Until the next right.
So, not the outcome we were hoping for. Exactly, Jody, darling. Hope is not something I dwell upon at this point, Harp. This outcome was predictable. Then you'll go back to refusing to conduct the rites with me, is that it? I did not say that. Our failure this night does not fall solely on your shoulders. I was not accustomed to your presence. Room for improvement, then. Sorry for the outcome, anyway. Though, maybe next time, Yeah, I think I could have played that one better. I could have picked better people to go up against these guys. I probably should have picked a more speed-based team as opposed to the power. I was also relying too much on Pamitha's flight. Oh well, it happens. Back at the wagon, after your flame was quenched by the accusers in a narrow loss, you are about to join the others discussing the outcome when Volford finds you. I trust you you did what you deemed necessary there, my boy, though I admit I would have liked to see a different outcome. Now, I'm afraid I need a bit of time from you, for there's something you should see. Please, join me outside. Look forth. The golden star reveals itself to us once more. Indeed, somewhere deep in the infinite dark, a single star shines brighter than the rest. The path to freedom reveals itself again. Confirm your destination. So, alright, one of the accusers did jump up, but yeah, we're still up there, and then we're 10-1 right now. Not bad. We'll be going up against the Fate. I think that should be an easy enough victory for us. The rites are calling you again to the fall of Saliem. where one among you may go free, should you prevail. It is as we discussed. The cycle of the rites is beginning to turn more quickly. Perhaps the scribes themselves have taken notice. Fortunately, having more frequent opportunities to free ourselves is not unwelcome to our plan. I suppose it's good for everyone, including the fate who will oppose us next. Getting to Mount Alagiel ought to be a little easier than before, at least. We should be able to make landing near to some of the old monuments to the scribes. Let us set forth at dawn. Soon everyone is off to rest as best as they are able, knowing that another chance at liberty for one of them shall soon present itself. Let's talk to our little buddy. Tizo has seemed somewhat less cheerful since his run-in with Lendl and the accusers. He approaches you, wanting for you to hear him out. Tizo seems unhappy about something Lendl said to him. Tizo understands full well why Lendl is angry with him. While Tizo does not like Lendl as a person, he recognized nonetheless that he denied his freedom. It was a liberation rite. He did what he felt necessary. He wanted to help his friend go free. Nonetheless, he still feels a certain guilt and regrets that the rites force exiles into such situations. He falls silent for a while. Whether the 8 scribes ever intended for imps such as he to participate in the rites firsthand is difficult to know for certain. Then, Tizo is grateful to you for listening. He knows the scribes created the rites with good intentions. He promises to keep doing his best to live up to the legacy of the scribes. He bounds up into the rafters with some of the other drive imps, regardless of whether he truly is an ancestor of the Howl of the Swallow. Surely the scribes would have been proud of him. You know what? I'm just in a mood right now. We're just gonna do this next rite. I don't know. I just feel like just going and doing it. Since Shay shall gain favor from the scribes if you land here. Emperor's Ascent. Since Jadariel shall... Well, I'm probably going to use Shay, not Jadariel in the next one. You make landing on the sacred Mount Aladiel, upon whose summit the next liberation rite shall soon take place. You wonder who among you may regain his or her freedom this time. Lulford finds you after the post-flight inspection. We shall have to take the rest of the trip to the fall of Saliam by land. May we soon liberate another of our own there. That should raise the chances that our plan shall ultimately succeed. Seek the Nomad Scribe's favor. Later that day, you accompany Shay into the sheer cliffs of the Emperor's Fall, where a monument to Gol Galathnian awaits you. Perhaps due to the nature of this place, you begin to sense Shay's inner thoughts as clear as if she were speaking aloud. Blessed am I to have this audience with you, O Gol Galathnian. Your resplendent glory has made this moment possible and given me so many friends who are so dear to me. Thank you. Whatever happens, thank you. Soon you and she are finished praying. You and she are finished paying your respects. You return to the wagon in silence, feeling as though Gol Galathnian has shown you favor. At dawn, you shall begin your ascent. For now, the solitude here is fit for pursuing your vocations. +2 hope. Again, let's mentor good old Shay. You would teach me more about the rites? You ask Shay to explain to you in her own words the histories of the 8 scribes and speak to how their varied backgrounds form the basis not just of the rites, but of the Commonwealth. Yes! I feel so overwhelmed, I think, because the scribes, I think they speak to me and lift me up whenever I begin to think that I am going to fall. Really? I took one of each of these? That's weird. Flings the orb faster than usual, sudden grasp. When saluting her adversary, she automatically leaps towards the orb if no one has it. Sprinting Shay slows nearby adversaries. Actually, I like web feet. That's a neat skill. I know they must be watching. Still, I know it. You do believe in them as well, don't you?
Huh?
No, it's like Shay. Shay seems to be talking to the Black Wagon's walls again, though this time something seems to have come over her. Little brother, what is wrong with me? What is wrong with me? What is wrong with me? You are unaware whether to check in with her or leave her be. Let's wait and listen. You sense now is not the time to interrupt, and that Shay is on the verge of confronting some long dormant emotions, which she ought to face. They always said that there was something wrong with me, but they wouldn't really tell me what they wanted to say. They said that I was moon-touched. So what? Those deemed impaired by Commonwealth standards are very different in a negative sense. So then the scribes, they called me here. They are the ones who brought me here, not those people. They were so cruel. They always were so cruel. I didn't have a little brother at the time, no one that I recall, really. Although so much of it back then, I can't tell how much of it I dreamt. Most of it, I didn't want it to be true. But I remember that they threw me out. They decided they would throw me out and let the scribes take care of me. They said the scribes, they would take care of me. It was so very quiet here, and I was all alone again, although I think I liked it more. Being alone down here than being alone back there. Everybody's alone down here, and so it makes me feel less alone, somehow. Back there, why, I would sometimes see families, brothers, sisters, mothers, fathers, but here, there was hardly anyone at all. But I knew that I was closer to the scribes. I knew that they were in the sky above, and I did search for them up there, you know. And then one night, I found them. I saw the stars, and they were falling to the ground, and I thought, why is it the scribes themselves are crying? Are they sad, and maybe, are they sad for me? Well, that was when I first saw you, little brother. With your help, I would get closer to the scribes. That way, maybe they could answer all my questions, don't you think? But I am so very glad I found you and the others. I'm finally not alone. I'm finally not alone, and more importantly, I think sometimes I even feel that way, that I'm not alone. Maybe as we get closer, maybe I will get to feel that way more often, being here or being anywhere with you and all my friends. She falls silent. Though you were concerned for her at first, you sense that now she's at peace. She wanders off, paying you no notice in the least. You sense you have a better understanding of her now. Scorpus. She was born on the 19th of the 11th moon, suggesting she is driven and fixated. She failed to meet basic cognitive standards and had no place or family in the Commonwealth. Shay has survived for 2 years. The downside thus far, it is a life sentence, and the records state she demonstrated a thorough lack of understanding of her wrongdoing. Well, yeah, because it's like punishing somebody for mental illness. I mean, alright. See here. Sister, and you sense Pamitha shall gain favor from the scribes along this route. You sense. Yeah, I'll probably use Gilman too. I'm probably going to use Shay, Gilman, and Ruki in the next one. And I think I'm going to send Shay for liberation. On the way to the summit, you pass a mountain to Lou Sclorian, and Sir Gilman happens to take notice. Have this knight's glory days gone by? He often wonders. Perhaps you know the answer to that. Please do not spoil it for him. He says little after paying his respects. However, as you prepare to continue your ascent, you sense that Lou Sclorian has shown you favor. Sir Gilman gain +2 presence for the next rite. You and your companions gather once more at the Scribe Gate, where a single narrow trail leads upward towards the summit past an archway carved of stone. Come this way, please. The minstrel leads you towards the archway, where his counterpart awaits. The exiles of the Nightwings have returned. They have. Greetings, Celeste. She all but ignores him and motions to the rest of you. Now then, each of you in turn, please state your name and what it is you seek whilst crossing Scribe Gate. Please do just as she says. Everyone steps forth one after another, much like before. Sir Gilman passes through the gate. Pamitha passes through the gate. Dookie passes through the gate. Shay passes. Tizo passes. Jadario passes. Volfred passes. No one is left to go but you. You step forth and declare yourself as you did before. The guardian of the scribe gate regards you with a still expression. Then she addresses all of you in her formal manner. The 8 scribes bid the Nightwings welcome. Go forth with glory. The lone minstrel glances up at the gate guardian. You have our gratitude, Celeste. But she pays him no heed. I'm probably not going to use any of the Titan stars on this one. I kind of want to straight up kind of brawl. Mostly because I also think that using the Titan star, it's now is not the time to experiment with those. Again, you gain the top of Mount Elagiel, from which the downside sprawls before you. You wonder whether one among you shall soon follow headwind from this place. Book of Rites. Fall of Saliam. From the top of the Mount Elagiel, the downside may have seen in its entirety, or at least felt since so much of the land is shrouded. But that is hardly all. Through a wondrous miracle, there lies upon this highest mountain an inverted fall, whose waters crash not towards the sea, but rush towards the heavens. We speculate these are the very waters which delivered us, but now bend backwards, seeking their return, as do we all. In this phenomenon can freedom be achieved, but only for the chosen. When the time is right, the path there is a path to freedom we cannot traverse, but shall leave open for you, so that you may strive for it. See what they got here. Oh, hey, guys, you know, it gets real awful cold here, so sometimes waiting for customers, so come on in, okay? And good luck in the big battle thing you got. That's where you're going, isn't it? I heard it's gonna be exciting from my friends. Well, we'll take a handful of Stardust. How much? +3? Thanks for stopping by, guys. Well, you know what? Just because I want the trophy. There it is. The time has come for your second liberation rite to commence. You observe the lone minstrel and Volfred speaking in hushed tones, but cannot sense the topic or the tone. Then Volfred looks up at you. I trust that you are feeling as prepared as possible, my boy. Each rite is consequential to our journey in its own respect, though these liberation rites have a more immediate effect. It's somewhat crass, however. I've gone and estimated by how much each of our companions may contribute to the outcome of our plan, should they be liberated here. Factors such as their previous occupation, innate tendency to lead, and oratory skill contributed to my assessment. It's nothing personal, for we are all in this together. Besides, we all ought to return in time if possible. Know simply that for each one of us who goes, in so doing he or she shall rise our total chances of success. Reader, sir, this night you shall confront the fate. They have already appointed Dalbert to be liberated should they manage to prevail. We all have faith in you, my boy, and lo, even the stars agree on this account. Archbeast Sungries. Start of the right, your adversary's power automatically gain +30. Yeah, like I said, I'm not going to go with any of the Titan stars. I'm going vanilla.
Nightwings have returned unto the fall of Solium, at which the scribes first formed their sacred union.
Solium, not Solium. Solium.
Freedom and prosperity. But only for one exile who prevails in this liberation rite. Your many adversaries all did strive to earn this opportunity. 'Twas the fate which earned it. Who shall be absolved is up to all of you.
The pyres burn, and each of the triumvirates is present and prepared. I concur. The pyres burn, and each of the triumvirates is present and prepared. Then anointed one of the fate. Come forth now and declare yourself, and pay any respects you have unto your adversaries, the Nightwings. The bent old cur Dalbert steps forward and struggles for a moment with his mask. Greetings, good heralds. I am called Dalbert Oldheart. It is the greatest honor of my years to stand upon the sacred site upon which the 8 scribes first anointed these glorious proceedings. Nightwings, we are honored to be in your presence once more. Father, they are our adversaries, not our hosts. We need not be so gentle with them. They shall do their utmost to keep you from your freedom. Dalbert, your son speaks out of turn. Control him. My sincerest apologies for his unnecessary outburst. Elmer, please. We have worked towards this opportunity, and we must make the most of it. He puts his mask back on. My son and I stand ready to begin. Alright, looks like a cur, a nomad, and an outcast. Now then, have the Nightwings reached a decision on whose behalf they shall conduct the liberation rite? Reader, I am bound to tell you once more. The first companion whom you choose shall go free this very night, if you prevail. Only the enlightened may be thus anointed. Not all among you may yet be ready. The other 2 chosen for the triumvirate shall lend their aid. Nightwings, make your decision.
Who would you set free?
Preparations, choose who would be free. So, we have 3 options. We have Jadariel, Dookie, and Shay. Alright, they have Dalbert, Dying Flame, while the Paris Pyre has less than the adversary's bear deals. Bonus +6, okay. He's got Lightning Run. That's okay, he accelerates faster. Jump a second time while airborne. Alright. His kid has heightened reflex, charge time before his jump and all that is almost eliminated. He has Dying Flame, same thing as the other one. Okay, they all have Dying Flame. Martial training, any games +50 stamina, letting her jump and sprint more often. Okay. Well, like I said, I was planning on anointing Shay.
Shay.
Oh, you mean me? That I get to go home? But the 8 scribes. What if they still want me to stay?
Who shall be at her side?
Sending Dookie. Don't have to ask me twice, not after everything Sissy and I have been through. Gonna send our buddy Gilman.
Sir Gilman.
By this knight's honor, he shall fight with all his might. We give thanks to have this opportunity to face you, O Nightwings. Now, let us strive to our fullest compatibility with honor and with grace. Save your strength for the right, Father, and for the voyage home. Let this be our final battle against them.
Commence.
Aha! Hear us now, O noble Jamur, for we beseech you, surely we cannot prevail without your aid. If ever you have heard my prayers, I beg of you, please smile upon us now. Whether from his prayer to the scribes or simply from Dalbert's resolve, something comes over your fellow exiles here. If they are banished now, they shall not soon return. Oh, crap. Super jump. Gee, 16 seconds? He's got a... Just gotta hit him one more time. Crap. I lose points. I'm boned.
And there it is, at last. The Night Wings proved their worth. An outcome which left little room for doubt. Thus ends the liberation rite. And thus, the scribes have chosen. The exile appointed by the Night Wings shall be free. Absolved of all misdeeds, return to glory in the Commonwealth. Her adversary and all others shall remain to carry out their rightful sentences.
Alas, my son, once more it seems that I have failed you. Father, wait. What good is freedom to us anyway, if we would be apart? I can go home. I think this means I can go home? She shuts her eyes. By the scribes. By the scribes. But what will happen now? To you? To all of you? Can you not come with me? No, they say not yet. The scribes, they say not yet. Although, I think your time will come. Your time will come. And I will wait for you, because I don't have friends back home. At least, I didn't used to, so I want you to come join me there, okay? But now, the scribes are calling me, and so, goodbye. She falls into the shimmering pool, and then she is gone. Goodbye, and please, oh scribes, watch over them, okay? Shay earned back her freedom. May she return in glory.
Godspeed, moon-touched one. The 8 scribes are ever merciful. By their grace, the cycle of the rites may soon commence again.
This night wonders at times about why we are here and which forces have transpired to bring us here together. Has Under King Horus himself taken an interest in this noble quest? After using a slash, Sir Gilman instantly recovers all of his stamina. Ooh. If Gilman and his allies are all banished, he shall Actually, that's been happening to us. I think Valiant Return would be a very useful skill right now.
The 8 scribes gave their freedom so that we may yet have ours.
Father, wait! Calm yourself, my son. The liberation rite is ended. But no, how can you be so calm even now after what happened? Did you strive this night with all your heart, Elmer? Yes, but it was not enough. It was not enough. No, my son. It was enough. It was more than enough. Father. Jeez. You returned to the wagon after having prevailed against the fate in the liberation rite. Not too shabby, people. Perhaps this knight may too regain his honor. You succeeded in liberating Shay, who returned to the Commonwealth in glory. We did what we could. With each liberation rite, we strive to advance our plan. A brighter future awaits the end of our path. For now, we must persevere. Speaking of which, reader, I take it you have seen the stars, or should I say, the lack thereof. You have, or did, once more, the sky's abyssal darkness following the liberation rite. No stars illuminate themselves to guide you further on your path. Then let us go once more to Moonlight Alcove. I have an errand I must run. Besides, once we arrive, best we recover and make our way southward at first light. The Book of Rites. Let's see here. The greater titans. The stars shine strange beneath the sea. This one dared rise from the waters so that he could see them plain. The burning essences of those who came before. Our lives are but a quest to join the stars. This one longed to be the brightest, but in the downside, this one met those whose own stars shall doubtless burn at least as hot. Together we achieved great deeds. You may have seen some evidence of it, the remains of the greater titans, which once darkened this land, but in our kinship was the strength to conquer them. It is this one's humble charge to chronicle those deeds, and may the Titan stars never strain the sky during your time. The foul name of the Star Titan is written here but once. Do not invoke it, lest you aid its reawakening. It sups upon despair and fear and doubt in lands such as our own. 'Twas our mighty mistress Milite, which tracked the astral-born monstrosity with its loathsome pit, where it lay nursing wounds sustained from traveling across the stars in search of simple prey. The wicked astral-born could drive a lesser creature to the brink of sanity with a mere passing glance, but not Milite. She cast upon the fiend 100 words of binding, each one more binding than the last. With the creature's incandescent skin, we bound this book and bound ourselves into the stars. The Fates, united under many Mane, the Alpha Chief, he is brash, but follows his traditions. He prizes faith, discipline, and honor, qualities he seems to lack at first. He formed the Fate under the of olden bylaws of his four-legged ancestors. They believed in a certain natural order in the way of things. Many Mane wanted for the Fate to likewise show respect. Initially, he only chose from other curs. He, however, urged the Fate to replenish their numbers from any race or ethnic group thus willing. Thus shall they anticipate what is to come with open eyes and minds, and never frown upon what is in store for them. We read this thing in the Dissidents. I myself, Haub, did form the Dissidents under the simple tenet, those who do not belong, belong. The other scribes, yes, I think I've read that one. Withdrawn. I think I've read that one. I think if they don't like appear or whatever, it's, yeah. If it doesn't do that, it's not new. Mercy is, let's see here. Mercy is the beating heart of a truly free society. Mercy even for the perpetrators of the darkest deeds. As our liege Solium Moore drifted in the ocean of regret, he found their mercy, or rather, it found him, and it saved his life. Mercy, freedom, they are intertwined. A society which raises a clenched fist against its own shall follow the doomed path of the Empire of Sar. Ours shall be a merciful society. May the perpetrators of the darkest deeds be sent to join us here, where they may learn as we have. Mercy shall engender union among all our different kinds. We shall stand shoulder to shoulder, equals in the same society. I think that's all. Keepsake from Black Basin. She wanted us to keep it. How nice of her. It's like to Jadariel. Sometime after the liberation rite, you find Jadariel staring at the wagon's walls. Little brother, she would call it, reader. This wagon was one of that girl's only friends in this world. Now they are apart. She will be mournful by tomorrow, I should think. She lets out a sigh. That girl had nothing in the Commonwealth. Life in the downside is scarce worth living on most days, except for one such as she. I fear it may have served her better than to remain with within my care. She trails off for a while. The orphans of the fallen veterans with whom I served back on the blood border. She reminded me a lot of them, in certain ways. They each were very strong in their own rights, often wiser than suggested by their youth. Thus, I do not know the source of my concern. I trust Shay shall continue to survive. My hope, however, is that she achieves something more, that she should find her place in that society this time. Perhaps she shall be instrumental to this plan of ours, yet, with her constant paddling about the scribes, who can say? The people there may listen. Either way, we managed to see to her return. May those of us united in our cause continue to support each other here, as well as on the other side. Jadariel nods at you and salute. Thank you, reader. Rest well this night, and I shall see you in the morning's light. She retires for the evening. You sense that she is feeling better about Shay's prospects, having talked through her thoughts with you. Yeah, it's kind of what I thought. I mean, it's sad to see her go, but you know, I think it was time. I think she needs to live in the regular world and not in the crap of the downside. Okay, so the fate drop all the way down to the bottom. Tempers, all that, they're way the hell down. They're still way the hell down. There's right now Chastity is in second. Essence, the Accusers, the Pyre Hearts. Okay. And your probability of success, 39%. Alright. You once again find yourself amid the serene walkways of Moonlight Alcove. Here you can await the time until the stars deign to shine for you again. Alright, everyone. You know what? We're going to call this one quits here. Thank you so much for watching. I know this has been a super long video, so if you made it all the way through, congrats. I know I've been coughing and hacking up along the entire time. I promise I'll try and get myself more under control for the next one. I just want to say thank you for watching as always. Facebook, Twitter, the website, minds.com, links, all that stuff down in the description below. Like, comment if you're not already. Please subscribe to the channel. Stay tuned for more next time, guys. But until then, I'm AJ Gels, the See on Third Gaming channel. I'm out.